Hey guys, it's Elias. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. So if you've been paying attention, this is the fourth in the Civic Type R Racing Season Series. There's a bunch of videos I'm making to a lead up to honestly a tragic end. But for this video, we're going to be taking a look at these brand new brake pads that I put on this car. Surprisingly, they are the Duralast GT brake pads, and they perform fantastic. These brake pads are amazing. I can't say enough good things about these brake pads, and I'm going to be talking to you guys how I like them, and you're going to watch me get comfortable with them as you go forward. So when you start with new brake pads, you get kind of cautious. So you'll see me kind of go a little bit slow at the track. This is a Pocono Raceway, north and south course. I'm also testing out some brand new fresh fluid. I bled the brakes and I made sure everything was nice and tight. So let's go ahead and enjoy some more track footage of me getting used to these brake pads and the way the car brakes, especially with new tires and wheels. As I explained to you in the previous video, they do really well. So this video, I'm going to explain to you how well these brakes do. So here we go, session 2, Pocono track day. I'm using Pocono as a test day. We just passed by the red Type R owner that we met already in a previous video. As you can see, I'm using K-Tuner with Tuner View. Again, shout out to K-Tuner, shout out to Tuner View. Car's running well. Perfect track day. I mean, I'm 65 degrees outside, not too hot, not too cold. So, modifications on the Type R. I've covered this before, but I'll cover it quick here. Federal 595R SRR tires, 200 treadwear tires, the Duralast GT brake pads, which I'll be talking about at length in this video. I'll be testing them out for basically the first time. This is the second session, so I've already kind of tested them out, but I'm going to be going much harder now. I've also got the Koenig wheels, 18 by 9.5 plus 35mm. Love those wheels. And I have the little bit of extra negative camber out front from doing the camber mod trick on the Type R. I've covered that in a separate video as well. Awesome little trick. Free negative camber. I recommend, if you're going to track your car, I recommend doing it. It gives you a little bit of better turn-in and a little bit more grip on front. So one thing I do want to note is, I think I'm sitting very close to the steering wheel already, but I think next time I'll be sitting much closer. After reviewing these footage, I think I'm a little bit too far. I am extremely close, but from this footage, I'm a little too far for my liking. Next time I'll be a lot closer. As you can see here, there's a lot of traffic. I'm passing a few cars, ISF, the Evo, modified Evo 10, tuned Evo 10, little awesome EK. Not an EK hatch, but I think it's a 7th gen Civic D16 engine or whatever it is. Pretty awesome. And it's time to chase the Mustangs. So initially, the brake pads themselves, they do very well. They do require a little bit of heat when you first start going on it. It's due to the more metallic nature of them. A more racetrack-oriented brake pad will require more heat than this brake pad. This is a street track-oriented brake pad, but for what it is, it does very well for what it is. Again, these are the Duralast GT brake pads. They've held up very well. This is the second session, and I'm just beginning to get used to their bite, how their characteristics are when you're going 140 miles an hour and stomping on them. But they've done pretty well. Here we are behind a GT 350 and a Porsche 911. Again, I'm not really pushing it quite yet. This is probably the 5th or 6th lap around, and it's stopping no
no problems at all. The brake pads are doing very well. I'm still on stock rotors. I forgot to mention that before, but just testing out these brake pads. Rotors don't really matter too much as long as they're not cracking. But these are dealing with the heat very, very well. Just passing this 370Z right here. Sounds amazing. So we're about 10 minutes into a 20-minute session. Like I said, this is the second session, and the brake pads have shown no sign of fade, and I'm really starting to push it here. I'm trying to get as fast as I can. I basically get up to very, very close to 140 miles an hour on this straight, and then stomping down to about 75 miles an hour. And I've done this a number of times already, probably around 8 or 9 times. And no fade from the brake pads. I could have braked a little bit later there, but I don't want to run into anybody, and I don't want to push it. It's just a track day, it's a test day. I'm not going for a full-on time attack mode. So besides that main straight, there's a secondary back straight. Gets up to pretty good speed, around 110 miles an hour, and slows it back down to 70. And we do this repeatedly, non-stop, and the Duralast GT brakes just would not give up. They don't give up. I really can't recommend these Duralast GT brake pads enough. They have a lifetime warranty. Go check them out at Autozone. I do recommend them. Now, if you're going for all-out track time speed, if you're going basically race car, you're gonna have to get more aggressive pads in this. If you want less dust, you're not gonna want these pads at all. These pads produce a lot of dust. Very dusty pads. If you want something that'll stop you when it's very, very cold out without any heat in the pads, also don't really go for these. These are more, for the enthusiast driver. So once again, you can see I stopped from very high speed and went down to 60 miles an hour. That's basically a 60 mile an hour stop right there. Brake pads show zero fade. I had 100% confidence, not just in this session, but in the previous session and in the next session and in my subsequent sessions at Summit Point. Never had one hint of fade from these brake pads. I'm sure if I kept pushing them, if I keep pushing them long enough, they will fade. But these really showed no fade, and they were pretty good. They were pretty amazing for what they are. Amazing price, amazing value for your money. Can't recommend them enough if you're planning to take your Type R at the track or on a canyon run, or if you're a very enthusiastic driver as I am. These are really good pads, and I do definitely recommend them. These are for the people that want to drive their cars pretty hard. Who I wouldn't recommend this pad for, again, is those that just kind of daily drive their cars. They don't really push it at a constant basis. For those folks, the cheapest pads you're going to get are actually probably going to be their best. The ceramic ones are going to be the lowest noise. They're going to be the cheapest, again, to replace. And they're going to actually stop you the best, because those organic ceramic pads, they're not going to require almost any heat in them to provide you the maximum force to brake. Little speed run there, trying to catch up to these fast cars. Quick note on that S2000, very well driven and very fast. Goes to show you how good those S2000s really are. I love my AP1. I might have to bring it out here one of these days. So there you have it, boys and girls. That's the review of the Duralast GT brake pads in my Honda Civic Type R. They perform very well. I recommend them if you're going out on the track, if you're going on track days, if you're, especially if you're a beginner or you're doing autocross. These are very similar actually to the OEM pads, probably a little bit better at stopping performance. Next up, I'll be hopefully testing out the Stop Tech brake pads and then stepping it up to DTC 60 brake pads at some point. But for now, I'm pretty content with these brake pads with their lifetime warranty and very easy to get at any AutoZone. AutoZones are everywhere. So I do recommend these, especially for the price. I mean, there's only enough good things I can say about a brake pad. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.